How does polygenic inheritance make genetic testing complex? Imagine trying to solve a puzzle where each piece is tiny and contributes a little to the whole picture. That's similar to how polygenic inheritance works in genetics. Instead of one gene causing a trait or disorder, many genes work together, each adding a small piece to the story. This makes testing for these traits much trickier. In simple cases, like cystic fibrosis or Huntington's disease, a single gene mutation can tell us if someone is likely to develop the disorder. But with polygenic traits, like height, intelligence, or risk for heart disease, no single gene gives the full answer. Instead, hundreds or even thousands of gene variants, spread across the entire genome, influence the outcome. Each of these gene variants has only a tiny effect. So, finding one or two isn't enough to predict if someone will have a certain trait or disorder. Instead, scientists calculate what's called a polygenic risk score. This score adds up the small effects of many gene variants to estimate the chance of developing a condition. But it's important to remember, these scores are not guarantees. They show probabilities, not certainties. Environmental factors also play a big role. Things like diet, exercise, and exposure to toxins can change how genes influence health. So even if someone has a high polygenic risk score, a healthy lifestyle might lower their actual risk. Conversely, poor habits can increase the chance of developing a disorder, regardless of genetic makeup. Another challenge is that most genetic studies have been done on specific populations. This means polygenic risk scores often work better for some ethnic groups than others. For families with diverse backgrounds, this can make the results less accurate. Technical issues also add to the complexity. Whole genome sequencing is improving, but small errors can lead to wrong predictions. Interpreting these results requires skilled genetic counselors who can explain the probabilistic nature of the findings. They help families understand that a high risk score doesn't mean they will definitely develop a disorder, just that their chances are higher than average. In the context of embryo screening or hereditary health, polygenic testing can give an idea of potential risks, but it cannot guarantee outcomes. The differences between embryos based on polygenic scores are often small and uncertain. So, families need to understand that these tests are tools, not crystal balls. Overall, the involvement of many genes, environmental influences, population differences, and technical challenges make genetic testing for complex traits much more complicated than testing for single gene disorders. It's a puzzle that requires careful interpretation and a full picture that includes family history and lifestyle factors.